Hello, Facebook friends. Paul Arakelian. I'm back. Happy Monday to everybody. Today's subject, I wanted to kind of touch on what your limitations are, what sets you apart from others, what sets you ahead or behind others. And it's a very interesting subject because we sometimes forget that we have the same amount of time as everybody else. We have the same kinds of opportunities as everybody else, and we just sometimes don't see those things as our building blocks that we can build our future with, and we can really get ahead of the game. And we sometimes have a different picture of success. We think that people are handed things, and that some people are just lucky, and they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. But at the end of the day, when you analyze things and when you really take into consideration what some people have to go through to get to where they have come to, you start seeing that nobody was really born with a silver spoon in their mouth. People actually had to do things to reach certain degrees in their lives. And if you haven't done anything and you're somewhere, then you're probably not that happy, and you're probably very nervous because, just imagine if somebody lifted you up to a certain elevation and you didn't know how you got there. Falling from that elevation is going to be pretty painful, but knowing how to climb there, knowing every single rock that you had to put your foot on before you could get to the top, is the way to go, because then every time that there's a little bit of a fall, you know exactly what rock to put your foot back on and to climb right back to the top. And to not have something that you can be proud of, and to just say that you were taken to a certain place because you won the lottery or whatever, that's not really going to make you a proud person, because you really don't have any kind of history behind your success path. It was just something that you were given or handed. But that doesn't happen very often. I mean, if you're going to sit there and wait for the lottery to hit the big jackpot, and that's all your life's going to be about, then you know what? I'm sorry. Then you're going to be in for a disappointment, because the odds are very, very slim that you're going to hit that jackpot. I mean, if you do, it's great, right? It can add to your sizzle, and it can change things around in your life. But if you don't, does that make you a loser? Does that make you a person that can't reach the top just because you didn't win the lottery or you weren't handed something? You have to see your abilities. First of all, you have to analyze your abilities. You have to evaluate yourself, and you have to give yourself, for every single little thing that happens in your life, you have to be able to give yourself a pat in the back and say, you know what, this is great. I did this, or so I had a difficulty with something, but you know what, that just makes me a stronger person for my next try that I'm going to try tomorrow. Just because I take a couple of steps back doesn't mean that I'm not going to run much faster and further. And if you can see that life is not that complicated, life is actually pretty simple. You just have to make it that way. You just have to see the things that you can do, and give yourself enough, to be grateful that you can do certain things. And when you look around and see certain people have certain kind of disabilities and are not capable of doing certain things, but they find other ways of doing things, that makes you feel like, man, look at me. I have so much more that I could do, but yet I have this mental frame that I built around my success, and that's as far as I can go. Why? Why give yourself that mental block and not be able to pursue further? Every time I have a meeting with my agents at the organization, at the agency, at Legacy Partners, I always tell them, success has many faces. You have to define them for yourself. Being able to spend quality time with your family members is a sign of success. Being able to do something that you really enjoy is a sign of success. Being able to say that you can change a person's life at any given time because you have devoted yourself to something and you've made that into your mission to be a happy person. To know that if somebody became disabled, that you're going to be able to provide them a monthly income. If somebody was going to go to a doctor and have open heart surgery, you're going to pay for their $170,000 or $200,000 medical costs. Or if somebody passed away, you're going to hand a check to the family member. That is going to be one of your driving forces behind all the tough times that you think you have with clients. All the if you can smell poop for like 5 minutes and then for the next 24 hours smell roses, you know, would you do that? I mean, it's the same kind of thing. I'm sorry for the analogy if it's not the right one. You know, forgive me for that. But you know what? If you're going to go through some tough times and then realize there's the success behind it and the rewards behind it, why not do it? You know, if you're going to work hard, if you're going to call people and you're going to get rejections and whatever, if you're going to have them, you know, tell you, you know, leave me your card, I'll call you back and this and that, whatever, but if you're persistent, if you really believe that you're going to change their lives, you're going to be persistent. Just like if you were working for the California lottery and you were calling people telling them, hey, you know what, you won the lottery, and they just hang up on you, would you call them back? Of course you would, because you know that they did win, right? You're sure about that. Well, what makes you think that if you're in our business, let's say in the insurance industry, if you are sure that you're going to provide that family with income and provide that family with a continuation of you know, the continuation of the breadwinner's income, and pay off all their debt and mortgages and this and that, provide for their college education, everything else, if you're sure you're going to do that, why hesitate? Why not call the person again and try to set up an appointment again? I mean, why fall behind on things if you're sure about what you're providing them? So first of all, it's basically your confidence, right? You have to have that confidence in you, in what you're doing. If you're in it for just a quick hit and run, just to make a quick buck, then, you know, I would suggest honestly to keep my industry clean. Do not even get into the industry. But if you're going to get into the industry with the belief that you're going to change lives every single time you touch one, then you know what? I'm here to help you. To help you understand that the sky is the limit of what you can accomplish if you put your mind to it and if you believe in what you're doing. So you know, it's people, you need to make people understand that, you know, if everybody has the right to fail if they're doing it on their own, if they're just by themselves. But if they're responsible for somebody else's life, then they can't fail, because now they're taking responsibility of others. You can fail as long as it doesn't hurt others, right? I mean, it just will be your own failure. But if your failure is going to affect the lives of your family, your wife, children, and other family members, then you know what? You should take a more careful consideration of, should I fail or should I try again, or should I be able to try even further to be able to succeed, and should I make better decisions now that other people depend on my decisions? So to know that and to be able to carry that to everybody and on a daily basis, you know, see neon signs on people's heads saying that, you know, I'm a human being, I'm a person that has a family, I'm a person that cares, and I'm a person that needs the protection, the knowledge, and the wealth of information that you can provide to me for my children's education, for my future, for my retirement, for my disabilities, for my everything else. You know what? Then you can talk to these people. But when you're seeing these people as number of rejections you're going to hear for every single time that you talk to one, and you're going to think, well, they're going to say, oh, I'm just talking to them for my commission. No. If you are talking to them just because of your commission, then don't talk to them. But if you're talking to them about their benefits, talk to them, please. They need those benefits. People need those benefits. So with that said, you know, I want to tell every single person that's in the industry, that's in the financial services world, you know, first of all, make sure that you like what you're doing, you know what you're doing, and you trust the products and the services that you're offering, number one, and you believe in them. And never stop making the attempt to talk to every single human being that you possibly can, because they all need your services and your products. And if you have that level of confidence in your product and in your industry, then there's no stopping you. With that said, Legacy Partners will be able to help you if you're in the industry. If you are doing whatever you're doing, that's great. Keep doing on whatever you're trying to do. We have kinds of agreements and arrangements that we can offer you some certain products that you might not have. Give us a call, give us a shot, and we'll try to help you out and you know, give you more arsenal in your you know, in your portfolio, and you know, just to make things easier for you, and provide, do not leave any money on the table. Provide other, you know, do cross-selling and everything else, and we'll provide you with all the tools. If you want to do it for a full-time as a Legacy Partner rep and an associate, then you know, we have benefits and retirement plans and salaries and everything else. Give us a call, learn more about what we do. Thank you very much.